everybody, welcome back as ever to Quali-Tea time, and once again there's not a dreadful amount of news this week, but that's sort of on the side of minimal news is good news because we're not flooded, we're still very much intact, none of us have what apparently appears to be the latest equivalent of the plague, and as near as I know, none of us in the building are completely economically destitute. Not completely anyways. It's another week of minimal news is good news. That said, we do have a little bit of news this week. So, currently, Friday night streams, that's Fridays at 9 PM GMT, we play Dead by Daylight. That's sort of the originator of the actual stream, and Dead by Daylight is not in a good way. I've been very vocal in videos of that as to how and why it's in a bad way, and it's been getting to the point where I don't think it's going to improve anytime in the near future, and in fact it's probably going to get quite worse quite soon. So it's just getting incredibly frustrating. There is one team in Dead by Daylight that I can actually play, and it's the one that the developers are pretty much selecting against, and the other team I can't play because it will utterly destroy my wrist in like maybe 2 matches. Really, I have the option of either not playing Dead by Daylight at all, or playing Dead by Daylight but getting very, very angry at it very quickly, or being in excruciating pain for months. So, for the time being, we are therefore going to retire Dead by Daylight from the Friday night slot. That, however, does not, mean that it's never going to come, that it might never come back. We will probably see it at a later point, just to check in on it at the very least and see how it's going. Quite probably the Dailies by Daylight videos will continue, but I will continue to restrain my full unbridled rage at how things are going in it. We'll see. But Friday night isn't going away either. Friday night is... well, it was intentionally named to sort of be like a joke, so we can actually have more than just Dead by Daylight. I could have called it Dead by Friday Fright, or Dead by Friday Night, or something if I wanted it to be purely Dead by Daylight forever. But no, foreseeing a time where Dead by Daylight might not be so fun anymore, I named it Friday Night because it was a pun on Friday night that was relatively horror agnostic. Consequently, the game that we'll be playing starting this week on Friday night will in fact be Vampire. Nosferatu-inspired game that appeared in October of last year, and I just haven't had time to play it, so it's just kind of been sitting inside of my Steam library for an age. Hopefully Dead by Daylight does get some better developer support, but in the meantime, we'll be playing some Vampire, and if it doesn't in fact get better by the time we finish Vampire, then we have other horror games that could be played in that slot as well. Other than that, my sewing projects continue. We have more work planned on that this month. So there's the hat for Carol. There's our chief primary project that we're working on, but I've got a few smaller things to get done as well. I have a pair of trousers that need severe, like, curtailing in the length of their legs and have need for years. I have a whole ton of, like, pockets to add to things and figure that out and such, and some like mild little repairs here and there. Just like, oh, it's so wonderful being able to just do this without actually having to throw these things I like away and go buy new ones at great expense. So yay for that. That said, this is a relatively rough month, just like the month before it and the month before it, because evidently 2020 is just the year of random huge expenses coming out of nowhere. So yeah, so let me see. This month, the big expense is an actual new hard drive. So we have purchased a brand new 4TB hard drive that has gone into Archon, the file server, and that is dedicated purely to the storage of stream VODs. I don't currently do anything with those, but I never want to get rid of footage if I can avoid it for the most part. So I've been keeping those around, and they've been stockpiling to the point where they occupy basically a terabyte by themselves already from at least 3 different years. So those were slowing down Elemental to a considerable degree, to the point where I probably couldn't have actually recorded anything else, or installed Vampire for that matter. So about 100 quid out of pocket. We have a brand new file. We have a brand new hard drive in the file server, and it's storing all the streams. So there's that. Let me know if anyone would actually be interested in me uploading those streams. I don't know if all of them necessarily saved properly. There might be some audio elements missing to them. I don't know. I'd have to go through them one by one to find out. And there's a lot of them, so it would probably have to be fairly selective what I upload, but let me know. I don't know if you want that. If you do want me to have the stream VODs uploaded in a permanent form, I guess, on YouTube, then would you want them on this channel or a different one? Or it's just it's a situation with many nuances. So let me know in the comments, I guess. Other than that, though, on to the schedule. On Thursday night at 9 PM GMT, we have more Midnight with Monster Hunter World as we continue to chase Velkhana. And on Friday at 9, we start off the new brand of Friday Night with some Vampire. Then on Saturday at 7, we have more Dungeons & Dragon Hat's main campaign with What Further Horrors might await our friends inside the dungeon. Followed, of course, with the Carousel at 9. And lastly for the week on Tuesday, we have more Building Blocks at 9, where the Hives now talk to the Changelings, so it's time to get the Changelings to talk to the Hives. And videos you might have missed this week. We have an episode of New Millennia where Lying's drive home has an unexpected detour. An episode of Varus Oddities Showcase showing off the Pact system and how it ties into all this work on Hives and Changelings. And we have an episode of Dailies by Daylight where Lying tries to take a few deep breaths and just the game as it is. This may not go well. And as ever, onto the questions. These are always drawn from the comments section of the preceding vlog, which is more or less empty this week, so we don't actually have a question. But if you do have anything to ask me, be it programming, sewing, Minecraft, YouTube, streaming, all sorts, chuck it into the comment section down below and we'll see if it gets answered next week. Other than that though, we appear to be past the worst of these storms. Hurricanes Jorg appears to have left us largely unscathed here in the northeast. Although that said, there has been quite a bit of rain and quite a bit of high winds and a degree of flooding, but not quite in the level that certain other towns have been unfortunate to experience. So I think we're probably good for the time being. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Knock on plywood. I guess we'll find out. But with that, hope you've all enjoyed. I'll catch you all as ever next time. This video brought to you by my wonderful patrons at patreon.com/lying.